Heroes do not die. Heroes are among us. They live in our hearts. Bunduki Mykhailo, a driver of the 1st Mortar Unit of the Mortar Platoon of the Fire Support Company of the 3rd Air Assault Battalion of the 90th Brigade, was born on October 8, 1984 in the village of Kostyantynivka, Novokrayinsk, now Oleksandrivka, District Kirovohrad Region. At that time, the family had a daughter, Larisa, growing up. Mykhailo's mother, Ludmila Ivanivna, worked as a milkmaid, and his father, Mykhailo Fedorovich, was a mechanic. In 1987, the family moved to the village of Yoltushkiv in the Barsky district of Vinnytsia region, where Mykhailo spent the best carefree years of his childhood and youth. In 1991, Mykhailo entered the 1st grade of the Yoltushkiv Secondary School. During his school years, Misha was a real daredevil and could skip classes at a pond or a village farm. But his classmates remember him as a cheerful, sociable, and sincere guy who could be relied on and would never leave you in trouble. Since childhood, his passion was fishing and horses. Once Mykhailo even asked his parents to buy him a horse for his birthday. The boy was a very hard-working child. He was always helping his parents with the housework and did not shy away from hard work, which was always plentiful in the village. In 2002, right after graduating from high school, Mykhailo went to work in order to be independent of his parents and earn his own money. In the summer of the same year, young Mykhailo met Tetiana, whom he married in July 2006. During their 17 years of marriage, they had a daughter, Elizabeth, and a son, Matvey. Mykhailo was an exemplary father, infinitely loving, caring, and sensitive. He was a true example of confidence, courage, honor, and loyalty. From 2004 to 2007, Mykhailo studied at the Bar Automobile and Road Technical College of the National Transport University, part-time, majoring in mechanical engineering. It so happened that he did not work in his specialty, but he never sat idle. He traded in the market, worked as a gardener, and later learned to perform repair and construction work. He became a true master of his craft. That's who he was, the best at everything he did. In the fall of 2010, Bunduki Mykhailo ran for village head during the elections in his native village of Yoltushkiv. In 2010-2011, he worked in the village of Radivtsy Khmelnytsky region as a master of ceramic production at Derozhnyansky Ryagrabud Limited Liability Company. In March 2016, he became an executive director at the same brick production company. Mykhailo liked this job. He gave his all, was a good leader, responsible and fair. When the company ceased operations, he returned to renovating houses and apartments. He had many orders, mostly in Kiev, but he always looked forward to returning home to his family, who always came first for him. After the full-scale invasion of Russia, Mykhailo joined the territorial defense in his native village. On January 10, 2023, he was called up for military service in the armed forces of Ukraine, in the military unit at 284. He served in the 80th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade as a driver of the 1st Mortar Unit of the Mortar Platoon of the Fire Support Company of the 3rd Airborne Assault Battalion. At first, he was trained in Zhytomyr, then sent to Dnipro. In early August, their platoon was transferred to the Zaporizhzhia direction. Even being in extremely difficult and life-threatening conditions, he did not lose his optimism, faith in our victory and sense of humor. He always found words of support and good advice for his comrades. On September 19, 2023, they went on a combat mission near the village of Malatokomashka, Pologiv District, Zaporizhzhia region. Having taken the military oath of allegiance to the Ukrainian people and courageously fulfilled his military duty, Bunduki Mykhailo fell in battle for Ukraine, its freedom and independence. By the decree of the President of Ukraine of November 3, 2023, The hero was posthumously awarded with the Order for Courage of the 3rd degree. He was 38, a beloved and loving husband, an exemplary father. He did not want war, but it slandered all his plans for the future and took the life of someone who was a whole universe for his family. He wanted to go home. He always wanted to go home, no matter where he was. He drew strength from his family and gave it his all. He returned home forever on a shield on September 24, 2023, and was buried in the cemetery in the village of Yoltushkiv, where he spent his childhood and youth. You were always in a hurry to come home. Now you are with us forever. Our pain and suffering, our despair, we cannot describe in words. You were the universe for all of us, boundless as the sea and the sky. Now there is emptiness and darkness. We cannot bear to live without you. Loving Father and Son, the best in the whole world. Now you are with us forever, in our hearts wrapped in sorrow. The best, go first. Eternal glory and honor to the hero.